My name is Kevin Wafula. This is a short presentation for my Cycle 9 Sprint tool. This is in part fulfillment of the course titled Security Tool Development, course number CSC 842DT1. That is also part in fulfillment of the PhD in Cyber Operations at Dakota State University. And the professor for this course is Dr. Cody Wellier. So for my Cycle 9 tool, the name is QRCode Inspector. The general idea of the tool is to decode QR code as part of malware analysis efforts. Pull out the URLs in the QR code and run them against a CTI database. In this case, I'm just using VirusTotal, but I could add more in the future. So you want to come to this GitHub repo landing page, and you'll get instructions here. It tells you to go to browse the folder of the Spring Cycle. So we're going to click on this folder here, and we'll come to just the README for the repo. So here we can see that the tool is just an inspector of URLs that are embedded encoded into QR codes to see if they're malicious, and why should you care. My interest in the tool, the 3 main ideas, the technical requirements, the installation steps, the usage, how to run the tool, and then this video will eventually be uploaded here once this recording is done, and then the future direction and additional resources. An example of how a story about how actors out there are using QR codes to deliver malware to endpoints. So without further ado, let me go ahead and jump into the demo. So again, if you come to the tool, let me just adjust the screen a little bit. Just go ahead and run it. Actually, you don't need sudo. Maybe you do, because I might be writing some files, so that could be an issue. Let me just stick with sudo. Think I'm missing Python 3. So if you run the tool with the help command, you'll get the instructions on how to run the tool. So in this case, what I want to do is go ahead and inspect image file number 1. So assume this is a file that's been downloaded from the internet, or through maybe a phishing email campaign, and an endpoint has been compromised. And now, as a malware analyst, you are kind of sifting through the files, and you find this QR code that has a URL in it, and you want to run against VirusTotal to see if the URL is malicious. So in that case, as per the instructions on how to use the tool, so I'll go ahead and type in the command. So I need to grab the API key for VirusTotal. So I paste that in, I run it, and then it'll give me back results, but at the same time it will create this new file here called image1 report. We'll look at that file shortly. So a quick view here of review here of the results from VirusTotal. We do see that there's a URL that was pulled out of that image file, QR code. The URL seems to be associated with some malware. I'm just trying to find the summary here real quick. So Bitdefender, I believe, WebRoot, flagged this as a potentially malicious QR code. So if we scroll down here, a lot of these engines are showing that it's not malicious, but I do know that, for instance, we come down to Avira does flag it as malicious. If we come down to, some of these are not detecting it. We come down to SciRadar, also flags it as malicious. Some of these are not finding it as malicious, but so far you can see that there are a couple of engines that are flagging this URL as malicious, this QR code as malicious. So just to go ahead and cap that file, and I'll type it in the jQuery tool. We get a much more prettier output. Basically, the results from VirusTotal are written to a file locally for further analysis. I do know that WebRoot also did find the URL malicious. Let me just see here. Yeah, we have one flag over here. So this is same output as the one that's been printed out when the tool ran onto standard out. So so far this tool, I'm able to run it against JPEG files. Let's try another file here, but for whatever reason I'm unable to detect to decode SVG files. So I'll try on, we already tried the JPEG, I'll try on PNG. So let's try number 2. So let's do number 4. Same thing. We see some flags here again from WebRoot. That's malicious. So again, this is just the basics of the tool itself. Just if you have gotten some QR code images that are part of, incident you're investigating, you can use this tool to run those QR codes against VirusTotal and see what results you get back. So what I'd like to do in the future that I couldn't accomplish this time around, I had a lot of issues, was to be able to download an image directly from the internet and just run it through the tool automatically without having to have the file on the file system, as well as be able to scrape a website and enumerate a bunch of QR codes that might be on that website and just process them in real time. So I hope you find some value in this. This was just for me a proof of concept, since my previous tool was a QR code based tool. I wanted to see if I can start playing around with abilities to be able to read those tools, those QR codes, if they're malicious, and then validate them, and then be able to use them in triage them appropriately through an instant response process. Thank you very much. I hope that you find this useful. Go to the website, download it, run it, and looking forward to your input and feedback. Thank you. Bye-bye.